Welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen. And normally we like to start these episodes with a bit of a joke, but unfortunately I have to correct a wrong. So before I do that, I am Ryan O'Loughlin, and this is Lewis Young. And those of you who watch this show frequently will have known that last week we did our special Not Safe for Work issue number 69, in which we might have ruffled a few feathers. And after an extensive Twitter conflict, a joint lawsuit, and maybe an out-of-court settlement happened, I am required to read the following apology live on the air. I, Ryan O'Loughlin, as the person who wrote the Not Safe for Work issue 69, which is still on YouTube, episode of This Week in Four Horsemen, officially apologize to the following individuals and groups: Robin Williams, Vietnam War veterans, citizens of Pittsburgh, Shigeru Miyamoto, the staff of CNN, the uncredited cast of A Christmas Story, Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym, the members of KISS excluding Gene Simmons, Osamu Tezuka, the children of the world, practitioners of jiu-jitsu, collectors of baseball cards, my college roommate, the rest of my substance-free dorm, the nation of Australia, Nathan Fillion, the production crew of Serenity, patrons of the arts, Brad Bird, the Parr family, and Pixar Animation Studios, mothers everywhere, Hawkeye, fans of Riverdale, anyone ever involved in a Kevin Smith film, second-rate actors from B-rated action films, people whose childhood were destroyed, the blind, lawn care workers of America, Nicole Kidman, Oscar Isaacs and John Boyega, the families of J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, people of faith, the elderly, puppeteers, Reepicheep, the cast of Frasier, the last guy on Earth who still thinks Deep Space Nine is passable as Star Trek, and now also fans of Deep Space Nine, Leah Thompson and the victims of time travel-related accidents, former British pop musicians, anyone who has ever watched The Simpsons, Peter Jackson and the production crew of The Lord of the Rings, residents of the planet Kashyyyk, the designer of the GameCube, farmers of the UK, Sacha Baron Cohen, the estate of Jim Henson, Seth Davis, Aaron Cather, people who use the word fabulous, users of Tumblr, writers of fan fiction, the staff of Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming, single people, surviving members of Earth, Wind and Fire, Anthony Bourdain, masters of the mystic arts, Alex Yon, Puffins, victims of communicable diseases, Deanna Troy, Tusken Raiders, anyone who has ever evolved a magic carp into a Gyarados, Chuck
Palahniuk.
The guy who wrote Fight Club, brewers of Tullamore Dew whiskey, all those who are financially dependent on Ron Davis, Charlie, anyone who has ever struck out at Pee Wee Baseball, Waylon Smithers, residents of Glasgow, celebrity lookalikes, and your wife.
Thoughts and prayers. I'll send that tweet out.
Yes. All right, so moving on to our giveaway. We're doing a dinosaur of an episode this week, and we're going to give away some tickets to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdoms, and you can win these tickets by tweeting your favorite memory of our long-lost comrade Donnie to us on Twitter at #4 Horseman Comics. We miss you, Donnie.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Is that your tagline this week?
It feels like it's going that way.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to be.
What's our first comic?
Our first comic this week is The Magic Regular Show.
The regular show.
Yes, The Magic Regular Show.
No, it's just the regular show.
Are you sure?
It's just the regular show.
Okay, so the regular show.
25 years later.
Of Magic, 25 years later.
It's just regular show.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Regular show 25 years later, and that is exactly what it sounds like.
Whoa!
Are you a fan of the regular show?
I am a massive fan of the regular show, hence the whoa. And the desire to want to throw my sweaty shirt, but I can't, because Muscle Man is like one of my heroes. He is...
Anthony Bourdain, Muscle Man.
Anthony Bourdain, Prince, Muscle Man. If him and Skips had a child, because I love Skips as well.
All right. We also have the newest issue of Hit Girl #5. If you've been keeping up with it, she just went on a massive killing streak in Colombia, and now she has moved on to further decapitate people in Canada. Apparently, she's on a world tour just killing people around the globe. I really hope she fights that bear. Really want to see that happen. Yeah. And we also have a new series from Image. This is Shanghai Red #1, and that is Shanghai in the sense of when you become Shanghaied.
Yeah, when you get Shanghaied.
Yeah.
Which is a nautical term,
Did you ever tell the audience about that one summer in Romania when you became Shanghaied? How do you become Shanghaied in a landlocked country?
Wow. It was a messy time. There was a lot of the local beverages. But yeah. That was a hard time. Thoughts and prayers.
Speaking of events that you partake in adult beverages, we have another Batman prelude to the wedding one-shot in these Versus series that DC is thrusting upon us every week. This week we have Red Hood versus Anarchy. I got Red Hood in this fight.
I don't know. I want to agree with you, but everybody seems to like get Red Hood too much. I still think they should have done it on a Matapia book.
All right. And speaking of superheroes that are thrown in your face, we have a new Iron Man series, Tony Man, Iron Stark. First issue comes out this week. I wanted to highlight this because there are 27 different covers of this book.
It's not extreme at all. Love Iron Man. Love Iron Man. Love Iron Man.
I do love Iron Man.
Do you love Iron Man?
Maybe not as much as I should.
27 covers. How much? On a scale of 1 to 27, how much do you love Iron Man?
About 2 covers worth.
Yes, maybe. Who knows?
I just thought that was an interesting one. And then, of course, we have the newest issue of Poe Dameron coming out from Star Wars World. And if you've not been keeping up with Poe Dameron, this is actually currently taking place past The Last Jedi. So in terms of chronological order, this is the most recent in Star Wars publication.
It's colloquially known as Poe Faux Show.
Faux Show. I'm sure that cover is Faux Show toe shopped.
I really like it. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
No, I really enjoy it.
No, I like the streak from his eye protection.
Yeah. No, I like it. Just I have a thing about just the like I don't know there's something about X-wings when they're information opening up. Just the way they did it in the original style, it struck me as a kid, and it's just always sat with me. So when you see like a squadron of X-wings flying into
with their S-coils,
exactly, it just I don't know, it ticks boxes for me.
No, I know, I agree. The dog fights were like when I first saw Star Wars when I was like 5 or 6. Like the dog fight was possibly the most engaging thing about it.
Famously reenacted by Geraldine the dog.
I wish Nick Frost and Simon Pegg would have made it that far in their shot-by-shot reenactment of Star Wars. Would have been great.
Oh, good times.
Oh, yeah. All right, but moving on, did you have a...
I did have a staff pick. I had a couple of staff picks, but I don't know if we have an image set up for it.
Yeah, just tell us about it.
Okay, backstory. I only recently got around to watching Thor Ragnarok. I've been blagging it for this long.
Bad Lewis.
No, I'm a big fan of Taika Waititi because I loved What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
And I discovered on YouTube, it was by, is it Jono and Adam? They're a comedy duo from New Zealand. Mm-hmm. They made a video called Thor Full Taka. And it's basically if Thor was, and like everyone from it was from New Zealand. It's very, very dry. If you like dry comedy, check it out. If you love like What We Do in the Shadows, that sense of humor. It's got a couple of the guys from it, and it's just like a biopic of like Thor if he was from New Zealand. And one of my friends showed me way back in November, and I was like, it's kind of funny, but like I hadn't seen Thor Ragnarok. And then when I finally saw it, I was like, oh. This is hilarious because it's like all those bits with Korg and Meep. Mm-hmm. Meep, where do you want to go? Oh, Meeks. And he's like, Meeks. Oh, sorry, bro. Meek's dead. Like, yeah, I sat on him and I've been carrying him around because I felt really guilty. And then he like comes back to life. And he's like, oh, Meeks.
Everybody, Meeks is alive.
What were we going to say, bro?
Biggest flaw with Infinity War is no Korg. Yeah.
Korg just...
Really unfortunate.
Honestly...
Really just dropped the ball, Russos.
I could have ignored that entire film and just had the Korg moments and I would have been happy.
Yeah.
Just
still would have been a B+ without everything else.
Good luck, New Doug.
Yes, good luck, New Doug. All right, we're moving on to the Four Horsemen Versus series where, oh my God, Alex, that is... All right, so there's a little preview of issue 69.
I need an adult.
I need an adult right now, where last week we discussed Pinhead versus Hank Pym, and we decided on the show that Hank Pym may win, but in actual factual real life, Pinhead destroyed him. Banished him off to the fire realm. I'm sorry I said, oh my God, Alex, because I just realized I didn't send you the actual Save for Work image that we used on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right, so moving on. But we'll get to you, Arnold. We'll get to you, Arnold.
This just took a step up.
We'll get to you. So in regards to Pinhead and Ant-Man, who was our comment winner, and what was the best comment?
I can't see it. Where is it? Last week.
You're taller than me.
So, it's Christian with this Ultimate Rhino versus Baby fight.
I suppose he meant that Pinhead was a rhino and Ant-Man was a baby.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm not sure.
I don't know if I agree with that either, but it makes me giggle.
That's one of those judges' verdict ones that we're not sure about, and it'll go down as a controversial decision in time.
I agree, but we must move on. We can't repent. All right, so this week we have Conan the Barbarian versus Nagash, who is, I don't know a lot about Warhammer 40k lore. Maybe you can enlighten us.
I know a bit, but not enough.
He's a Warhammer 40k bad guy, and Conan is Arnold Schwarzenegger with a sword and no shirt. So, I don't know. This guy looks like a pile of bones, and I'm pretty sure if Arnold hit him, the bones would fall apart.
He's got green glowy bits, which after Arnold's been sleeping, the maid and whatnot, he might have green glowy parts as well.
He might have green glowy parts. Maybe does that not mean he's a Death Eater? Is he a Death Eater?
I'm just going to pick Arnold. I just want to skip the banter and just be like, it's going to be Arnold. So whoever can make the best Arnold comment without an Arnold reference / pun, I feel like they're going to win.
Only one of these competitors can do their laundry on their abdomen. And
that's because all his bones are exposed.
No, I mean, it's not Nagash. Oh. It has to be Conan.
Oh, man, Arnold. Powerful Arnold.
Yeah. For sure. All right, moving on.
Just got over a heart attack. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh, did he? Did he really?
Yeah, he had like a heart surgery. Did you not hear about this?
No.
They had to crack him open, like full on get in there, and he's already back pumping iron again.
Wow.
He is a machine.
That's impressive.
Sent from the future
to kill John Connor.
I know, right? And
yeah.
All
right, we should probably move
on.
Fun
with his housemates.
Moving on to events for this week. This is a calendar image featuring all of our events that we have this week at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. If you'd like more details on any of these, please go to facebook.com/4horsemencomics and click on the events tab. We have Lewis to talk to us today about this week's HeroClix event.
This week's HeroClix event is the Incredibles 2 event. It's Wednesday at 6:45 p.m. It's a $5 entry, and it's Golden Age format, which is a 400-point event.
And your teams must include familial relations among the characters. So
and
you could have...
don't get a booty bonus.
No, you don't get a booty bonus. We need to leave last week's episode in the past, where it belongs. By the way, you can still watch that on YouTube and on Twitch. And then we also have a great Magic event this Saturday. We have the M19 and Dominaria Store Championship. It's this Saturday at 2 p.m. It is standard format, and it is free. You can see on the screen there the beautiful Nicol Bolas playmat that will go to the winners, as well as those top 8 promos that are totally awesome. I always love all the promos they do for these events. They're super gorgeous. And then what else do we have going on this week, Lewis?
Well, we have got the Dice Masters Discount Civil War Draft. It's Sunday at 2 p.m. and it's only $5 entry.
Only $5.
Only $5.
Don't miss out on that, Dice Masters people. That's a draft. You get packs.
Cheaper than going for a pint.
It is. Well, it depends on where you're going for a pint.
And you guys don't sell in pints anyway, so...
Well, I mean, maybe not to anywhere you've been, but where I go, they do.
Check that out. Yeah. It comes in pints.
I'm
getting one.
It's Lord of the Rings references all day.
Gotta love it.
All right. And upcoming event, we have the Pokemon League Cup coming up on June the 30th. That will be at noon. We'll have more details on that week for next week's show, so get ready. And then we also have some big HeroClix events coming up. Lewis has the details on the first one.
We've got the HeroClix 2018 Summer Whiz Kids Open, which is, I can't read your dates because they're written backwards, 14th of July at 11 a.m. It's a $40 entry. It's a 300-point sealed, multi-round Swiss followed by single elimination cut. Winner will qualify for nationals. There will also be side events.
If I change my date formatting to accommodate you, then why would I not change it to accommodate everyone who complains about my date formatting? And also, this is how I professionally have to use date formatting at work, and I need to stay in the groove. If I change it, all my coworkers are going to whine at me and say, why are you doing this backwards? And I'm going to get in trouble with my supervisor.
Because you go
I'm already in trouble.
Shortest to longest, day, month, year.
All right. I I see there's some logic in that.
There is much logic. This is
But
the
I
imperial
can't-
system, metric system
I can't
all over again.
risk getting in any more trouble at work. I need this job.
We will do.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, we have another great HeroClix event that is coming up. We have the 2018 ROC HeroClix West Virginia State Championship. That is going to be on July the 22nd at 11 a.m. That'll be a $25 entry. It'll be a 300-point modern event with multi-round Swiss, followed by a single elimination cut to top something. And the winner will get a bye to the ROC Cup in Atlanta. Ooh, Atlanta.
I wanna rock.
Rock!
Do 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 do.
There will also be side events. And moving on to my favorite segment, This Week in Star Wars, where we finally are getting a Dr. Aphra action figure. So they ran this contest to find out what the exclusive San Diego Comic-Con Star Wars action figure would be, and they actually let the fans vote on what character they wanted to be, and Dr. Aphra won by a landslide. And we're also getting BT1 and 000. We also have this really cool...
Did I see it's a Kenner as well?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But this one is gorgeous.
I presume you're going to buy 2 of those. One that keeps
I'm
locked away.
not going to San Diego Comic-Con, but I mean, I would love to own that. I'm not an action figure collector, but I would definitely put that on my desk at work.
Cue the sad Hulk music.
Where's my backpack? I gotta walk away.
Do, 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 do.
That sounded strangely like Jurassic Park.
I was thinking James Blunt, but
You don't have to be blunt about it. All right. Moving on to this weekend's movies, where we're combining it with our top 10, where Lewis and I had separate assignments. His assignment was the top 10 best reasons for an IRL Jurassic Park, and
in real life.
I adversedly had the top 10 worst reasons. So, Lewis, what was your 10th best reason for an IRL Jurassic Park?
Dinosaurs. Checkmate.
And mine was people might die.
You said that looks a bad thing.
Well, that's why it's number 10 and not the worst reason.
Okay.
Yeah. And number 9 for you?
To piggyback off of your idea, social Darwinism. People might die, and it'll be stupid people, and it'll be great.
So
And he said
we have
glitz
we have the same number 9 and number 10, just looking at it from two different sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, number 9, I'm really concerned that corporate sponsorships would degrade John Hammond's vision of this dinosaur park. You know, corporate sponsorships have a tendency to do that.
On an unmentioned note, this Coca-Cola that I am currently enjoying is delicious.
And
Anyway.
where's my bag of Doritos?
New print, little, yellow, different.
And Pizza Hut was the 4th one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Reebok.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about the socioeconomic footprint caused by this, and I think that obviously because it's a tropical area, presumably they might not have the best economy. So I thought about the tourism boom, local economy, just pumping money into the area.
Yeah. And I thought the 8th worst reason for a real life Jurassic Park is you thought Disney's lines were long.
Preach,
sister, brother.
So mine, piggybacks off that. So not only would it provide money and a boom, it'll open up job markets. You can have a cool name like Dinosaur Trainer, Velociraptor Whisperer.
Wow, you're making this list from a point of reason.
Yeah,
and
I
logic.
thought about it. I've got to think about the best things. This is
Of course, I'm really concerned about overpriced churros and sodas.
That's fair too, though.
Nobody wants to pay $24 for a churro.
And
and a soda.
you know they won't let you take water in yourself.
Oh, of course not. No,
of
they
course
check that at the dock.
100% at the dock. We got a little spinny sign.
Yeah, he's like, throw your coolers into the water. And then number 6.
Jurassic Park was real. That means that the science is real, which means the dinosaurs don't have feathers, which means the dinosaurs look cool. They don't look like chickens.
I like feathers on dinosaurs. I think it looks
I
kinda
don't
cool.
know. I just, if they were beautiful, vibrant feathers, then yes, but they weren't. They were boring and bland.
Well, you know that if Jurassic Park was real, there would be this huge debate if there should be an exhibit for mammoths or if they should just have their own park because they're not technically dinosaurs.
No, they're not dinosaurs. They're also not from the same period, I
Yes,
believe.
but it's the same science in resurrecting
They
a
need
dead
their own
species.
park. Their own park. You go to Mammoth World.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just this debate
Mammoth
would
Mountain.
exist. I'm not saying I'm on one side of it or the other. I just don't want to listen to it.
That's true.
London Zoo.
Why not? They have
Coming
all the
to
best
London
exhibits.
Zoo near you. Mammoths might actually happen before dinosaurs.
That's true.
Yeah. Number 5.
The ability to run away from dinosaurs in mud whilst wearing high heels.
All right, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Because that's clearly something that can be done. That definitely doesn't defy physics or ankle structure.
But they did acknowledge it in the movie, so that means that,
I don't know, man.
All right, so the fifth worst reason for a real-life Jurassic Park is it would be impossible for government regulations to... Actually, I don't remember how I worded this. Hold on. This is awkward.
Do 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 do.
All right, government regulations against mistreatment of previously extinct species would be impossible to enforce.
Well, they're on their own island, so they make their own rules.
That's... Well, I mean...
So your point 5 is moot.
It could be an island that is a territory of a country. It could be an island that is a country in and of itself. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be on an island, though that would be smart.
If you've got money...
Could be in Orlando.
If you've got money to make dinosaurs come back to life, you can afford your own Richard Branson Island thing.
You could, but if you put it in Orlando, your profits would be greater.
Yeah, but all old people move to Orlando anyway, so there's plenty of dinosaurs there. Why do you want to oversaturate the market?
Well, so they could screw up future elections.
Again. Hanging Chad. Never forget. Thoughts and prayers.
4.
Running from dinosaurs whilst dual-wielding cocktails. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We all know there'll be a ride just for that,
Yep.
where you have to run away from actual dinosaurs while spilling the minimum amount of... I don't know. What
Must
would
be
you go
21 or older.
for? Oh, 100%. Apple teenies. Easy on the teeny?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it the mimosa
Yeah.
because it's classy.
Number 4, worst reason, Elon Musk's inevitable endorsement.
What's he been wrong about yet?
I'm sorry. Were you talking about Elon Musk?
Yeah. He seems like the kind of guy that would start a really boring company.
Number 3.
We could bring back Harambe. If we're bringing back dead animals, we bring back Harambe. And Harambe jokes.
I question your science.
Thoughts and prayers.
I don't miss Harambe jokes. But I would not miss tired and jaded YouTube reviews like, this dinosaur isn't historically accurate representation of what an actual dinosaur would look like.
Clickbait. I was story time, : I went to Jurassic Park and I had a dinosaur look at me funny. I've been abused.
And I can see the BuzzFeed article. Top 14 things to do at Jurassic Park that have nothing to do with dinosaurs.
You'll have never believe what number 7 is.
And number 2.
With the technology that we could use to bring back both dinosaurs and Harambe, we could bring back Lord Attenborough, and which means obviously we'd have John Hammond again to save the genre and the intellectual property as a whole.
I'm on board.
Yep.
And then, of course, I would dread the eventual rivalry between Jurassic Park and the Disney Star Wars park.
Disney Star. Oh, you could clone Luke Skywalker.
Oh, man.
Actually, no, you couldn't.
You could clone Jango Fett.
If you can't clone your own hand back and you went with the robotic hand, hang on a minute, there's flaws here.
Yeah.
If they can genetically
Really?
engineer soldiers, how can they not genetically engineer them a hand that isn't robotic and weird?
Well, I think he didn't choose.
It's almost like they shot that one 30 years afterwards.
It was Anakin that had the weird robotic hand. Luke's robotic hand looked normal.
I don't know. Wait, what is normal these days?
I
Are you saying because he has a
Well, what
robotic
if-
hand, he should be treated any differently?
remember that takes place in the past where everyone wasn't up on the whole PC thing.
Cyborg phobia.
No, I'm just saying, PC wasn't a thing back then in a galaxy far, far away. And the best reason for an in real life,
If you can use the technology to bring back dinosaurs and you can bring back Harambe and Lord Attenborough, why wouldn't you bring back Prince?
I could make a top 10 on that myself, but maybe for next week. Oh man, that is one dirty look. And of course, the worst reason for a real life Jurassic Park, I would never be able to afford that trip.
Don't make your problems our problems.
I just did. And those, of course, have been our top 10 best and worst reasons for an
And possibly
IRL.
last.
Yes, of course. And now we're moving on to our sale for the evening. We have a dinosaur of a sale. Just go to the counter and mention This Week at Four Horsemen, where you will get 50% off of all back issues and trades that were published prior to 2010. Get it?
I got it.
Because they're dinosaurs.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. It is a good deal. I'm going to
like
go
it.
look at the trades when I go downstairs.
All right then.
All right then.
Okay.
You're going to
then.
have to ring me out.
Okay. Maybe.
I come
Store's
out with
closed.
these sales just so I can buy
so you
things.
can rinse me.
What do I want to buy this week?
No, I really like that incredible new Batman figurine that we have just got.
Oh
in.
yeah, well I could do a sale on that next week for you.
How convenient.
All right, sure. All right. Moving on to our social medias, but don't give away, go away because we have a very special
Give it away
dinosaur related post-credit scene. Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemancomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemancomics. Watch all of our YouTube content at youtube.com/c/4horsemancomics gaming. Follow us on Twitter at the number 4horsemancomics and tweet your favorite Donnie memory to us. Please watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemancomics and shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemancomics.com. And of course, check out all 3 of our bloody brilliant locations in the Meadowbrook Mall, downtown in Waynesburg, PA, and of course here in the Morgantown Mall.
I like how you take in like a boxing ring announcer's voice when you do it. The following matchup is weighing in 350 pounds.
Now, when you're talking about dinosaurs in pop culture, there is one franchise that sticks out among the rest. That anybody, when you say dinosaurs, this is the first thing they think of, and it can only be Disney's dinosaur sitcom. So
Jim Henson.
Yes.
Powerful.
Jim Henson. We're big Jim Henson people.
Yeah.
We bring that up a lot.
Yeah, we do.
We really do.
Yay!
All right, so we are going to do an iconic scene from Jim Henson's Dinosaurs, which you may remember from the Disney Channel. Do you want to be
the baby?
You want to be the baby?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I'll be
do.
the baby. I'll be it. Good morning, my family who loves me.
Not the mama.
All right, this ends now. I've had it up to here with this not the mama. I'm not the mama. I'm your daddy. And you only get one Buster, and that's what you're going to call me. Daddy. Now say daddy.
Nope.
Say daddy.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Say da.
Da.
Say D.
D.
Da.
Da.
D.
D.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Franny! Franny!
Daddy.
Fran!
Daddy.
He loves me! Listen to him! He loves me!
Daddy. Daddy.
Yay!
Daddy. 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 Not the mama. I love it.
I miss that show so much.
Oh, that needs to come back.